right? By which a business is able to gain relevance, and of course, by which a business is able to attain profitability, right? Profitability all done organically on the engine platforms. Search engine platforms. So now let me recap just so you get it, right? A strategy in digital marketing by which a business is able to gain visibility. Now, the quick question is this: how can a business survive on the internet space if it is not visible to its potential customers? How can a business become visible if nobody knows anything about it, right? So I tell people sometimes that if you are a business, if you're a business and you are winking, or sorry, you're a guy, a big guy, and you went to a club and you winked, and you are busy winking to a beautiful lady in the dark. The lady obviously will not see you because you are winking to her in the dark, right? So the same thing is applicable to search engine optimization also as a strategy. Again, there are several strategies in digital marketing, but we are simply looking at search engine optimization specifically. I hope you get this. So search engine optimization is a strategy in digital marketing by which a business is able to gain visibility on the internet space. It's able to gain or attain relevance, and very importantly, it is able to attain profitability. So yeah, if you look at this very critically, you discover that all of these three items I listed here, this is number one, this is number two, and this is number three, they are all interrelated, they are all interwoven, such that without visibility, there will be no profitability. Do you understand? Without visibility, there will be no profitability. Without visibility, there will be no relevance, right? And without relevance, there will be no profitability. Let me explain what relevance simply means. Relevance simply means the communication of a business's unique selling propositions. So a business is selling cement, right? A business is selling Dangote cement, right? And then a customer needs Dangote cement to build very solid house or very solid foundation. To build a very solid house, do you understand? Yeah, a bag of cement sold by Dangote, and of course a customer needing the bag of cement, right? That is already relevant, right? Relevance, because this customer needs a bag of cement, and a bag of cement he or she can get. That is solving the person's problem already. You are simply solving the person's problem already by providing the person with a bag of cement that he or she needs. Do you get that? Is relevance. If a guy needs a bag of cement, I am providing him with a trailer load of stone or granite. You are not relevant to the person at that material time, right? So relevance simply means giving a guy what exactly it is that he wants. So if a business is able to prove that it is relevant, do you understand? It will obviously make money, profit. So a guy that is visible, and of course at the same time relevant. I mean visible because he's always seen everywhere. If you go to search engine platforms and Google his name, you will find him. If you go to social media, you will find him. If you go to display platforms, you will find him. That is visibility, right? And of course, when you go to these platforms and you find him, he's always giving value. He's always proven to be relevant. And what happens afterwards? A guy that you're always seeing and is always giving you value, the next thing to do will be to pay him for his services, isn't it? That is already profitability. Now, search engine optimization ensures that these three things are actualized organically. Please note the word organically. And when I say organically, I mean a guy goes to Google and he searches for something, right? He finds a business, that is visibility. And when it clicks on the business has the product or services that he or she wants to buy. That is relevance. And when that happens, the person pays for the services, right? That is profitability for the brand. So search engine optimization simply means a strategy, or is a strategy in digital marketing by which a business can attain visibility, by which a business can attain relevance, and of course, very importantly, by which a business can attain profitability. Do you understand it? Organically, please note the word organically. So apart from this, there are different types of search engine optimization, right? Yeah, let's go to the types. So types of search engine optimization. Types of search engine optimization. There are different types of search engine optimization. Sometimes I call them the branches of search engine optimization. The very first one of them is the on-page, the most popular. The on-page search engine optimization. And the second one is the second most popular, which is the off-page search engine optimization. And the third one here is what we call the local search engine optimization, which is the local SEO. And the next one we have is technical search engine optimization. And of course, the next one we have, I sometimes call this a type also, is the international SEO, or international search engine optimization, right? So yeah, you can leave me your comment in the on WhatsApp to let me know you're following. Do you get? I would like to see it, please. Thank you. So international SEO is also a type of search engine optimization. And apart from this, we have the e-commerce search engine optimization. Do you understand? Yeah. So this, because obviously if you have local SEO, then it means that you should have a complementary type also, which is where the international SEO comes on board or comes into play. Yeah. So on-page SEO, off-page SEO, local SEO, the technical SEO, and very importantly, the international SEO and the e-commerce SEO. These are the types of SEOs that we have. Do you understand? Yeah, so now let's begin to explain all of them one after the other, right? So what exactly is on-page SEO, right? Yeah, quick one. What exactly is on-page SEO? On-page SEO. Yeah, I know you may have an idea of all of this already, but I'm just taking my time to help you understand them, probably in a more deeper sense, right? Maybe probably sharing additional light to these things, just so that you can get to understand them better. So on-page SEO, as the name sounds, these are the various optimizations, that you do within a website. Sorry, let me clean this man up. It's too close. That you do within a website, right, for the purpose of helping the website attain its purpose, right? I mean, attain its purpose of driving traffic, right? Driving traffic and sales. Do you understand it? Yeah, driving traffic, visibility and relevance, and of course, sales as well. Every optimization you do within a website. So yeah, you've got a website. Obviously, the website, so the moment you are done building a particular website, the website is sometimes deemed as not optimized. I mean, it is deemed as blank. It cannot be found by Google. Nothing about it. Google doesn't know anything about it. So you will need to start. You need to start the process of putting the content on the website in proper shape. Do you understand? Putting the content within the website in proper shape so that they can become discoverable. That's the word I'm looking for. They can become discoverable. They can become discoverable on the search engine platform, right? Again, don't forget I said search engine optimization is a strategy in digital marketing, meaning that, as I said earlier on, there are different other strategies also in digital marketing by which a business can attain visibility, by which it can attain relevance, and of course, by which it can attain profitability. So, one of those very many strategies also by which a business can become discoverable also is what we call the PPC, right? You may know this already. PPC, which is the pay per click advertising, where you have Facebook advertising, LinkedIn advertising, Twitter advertising. Yeah, that is a discussion, a complete discussion entirely for another day. But again, search engine optimization is a strategy just like this man, this PPC here, by which a business can attain visibility, by which a business can attain relevance, and of course, by which a business can attain profitability. Do you understand? So yeah, so if a business has all of these things in place, it becomes discoverable on the internet space because it has put the content within its website in proper shape so that the search engine can come in and discover it. Do you understand? A search engine can come into the content, into the website and pick out useful pieces of information from the website and serve it to customers that need them online, by which the customer can come in and buy whatever it is that you are selling. So every of the optimizations you do, every of the tidying up, do you understand? So please listen to some of the English I'm using. Do you understand? Every of the tidying up, right? When you tidy up an entire website within or from within, that is what we call the on-page SEO, the on-page search engine optimization. Do you understand? So yeah, tidying up everything from within the site in order to ensure or to help the website do well. That is what we call the on-page SEO. So for example, there are different ways by which you can tidy up a in order to get it to to make sales. Do you understand? It will be said that you have optimized the website to get it to make sales. Do you understand? So yeah, that is what we mean by optimizing individual pages. So when you optimize this page like this for, let's say, Ray-Ban Meta Glass or Ray-Ban Wayfarer or whatever it is that you are confident people are searching for, do you understand? And maybe in the future somebody searches for Ray-Ban Meta eyeglass in Lagos or in Nigeria, the person comes into this particular place and buys, right? It will have been said that you have optimized the page and the page has converted into sales. So yeah, when you optimize an individual page, right? When you optimize an individual page, that is one of the ways by which you tidy up a website from within and make it discoverable. Do you understand it? So another way by which you can make a website become discoverable from within is by blogging. So when you blog consistently on a website, that is also a part of on-page SEO. So when business owners come off to say they want a blogger, I mean they want a dedicated blogger to be writing blog content on their website, they know what exactly they are saying, because blogging happens to be a very big aspect of on-page SEO, such that if you even know how to blog in itself, that is already a job for you. We have people currently practicing as bloggers, digital marketers, but of course specifically as bloggers, and that is their job alone, right? All they do is to sit down on a company's website and write blogs, write as many blogs as possible, just so that Google can, through some of the blogs, discover the business and drive traffic towards it. Do you understand? So an on-page SEO expert, anybody who says is an on-page SEO expert, must know how to optimize individual pages within a website. That is number one. They must also understand or know how exactly they need to write winning blog content that get ranked, that rank organically on Google, by which people can discover the business. Take for example, if you search for, let's say, if you search for something like let's see, for example, and quickly, yeah, if you search for something like just 1 minute please, yeah, so if you search for SEO expert in Lagos, for example, SEO expert in Lagos, for example, yeah, let's see some of the results that pops up here. This is Frederick Egusa, one of my friends. This is Upwork. This is Gray, right? Yeah, so yeah, let's see other results. Okay, yeah, so this guy used to be on the first page before. Now I obviously need to go and do a lot of other things to get it back to page one. Do you understand it? Yeah, so I just decided to show this to you because I'm very confident I was on page one before. Now for some weird reasons this has gone to page two. Yeah, let's do an incognito SEO expert in Lagos, right? Let's see what the result will be on incognito. Yeah, quickly. So yeah, when you understand how to optimize a particular page or a particular content organically on Google and make it get found, right? You are called an SEO expert or on-page SEO expert, because you have been able to optimize the content from within and the content is now ranking organically online. Do you understand it? Yeah. So the content is now ranking organically online. That makes you an on-page SEO specialist. Do you understand? So yeah, when you are able to optimize a content from within, right? And of course also write plenty blog content or plenty blog posts, you will be qualified to be called an on-page SEO expert. So this is what constitutes on-page SEO. individual pages optimization, and of course blogging. Do you understand? So that is that about on-page SEO. So yeah, apart from on-page SEO also, we have the off-page. We have the off page. Do you understand? Now, note this quickly. The goal of every on-page SEO is to drive traffic. To drive traffic to the target page. So yeah, let's say you have service 1, service 2, service 3. The goal of on-page SEO will be to drive traffic from the internet organically to each of the service pages. Do you understand? That is the goal of on-page SEO. Do you get? Yeah. So, but of course, on the other hand, off-page SEO is every optimization. Every optimization you do outside of your site in order to gain mention, which obviously leads to backlink. Do you understand it? So yeah, off-page SEO is all of the optimizations you do outside of your website in order to gain mention, right? Brand mention. Yeah, let me quickly add here brand mention, which obviously or automatically leads to backlink, acquisition or backlink. And now backlink is simply, as the name sounds, a link outside of your website that points, right? That points people back to your site. So this is your website right here, right? Your site here, and then someone somewhere on the internet has mentioned your name and probably linked out to you using what we call an anchor text. All of this will be shown to you shortly. You will get to understand what an anchor text is. So yeah, this guy links back to your website, mentions your website, and links an anchor text back to your site. This is what we call backlink. This guy has linked back to your website. Now, backlink is a big signal to the search engine that you are doing something fantastic. Because if you're not doing something fantastic, this guy will not find anything reasonable enough to link back to you. Do you get? You only link back to the person you trust. You only link back to the person you are confident the content on his website is top notch, is standing out. Do you understand? So yeah, this guy somewhere on the internet deems it fit that your business is good and then decided to link back to you. He mentioned your name online, and then using an anchor text, maybe the name of your brand, he's linking back to you, giving you a backlink. Do you understand? He's giving you a backlink. Now, backlink is a very big signal to Google that you are doing something nice for this guy to have mentioned your name, and even linked back to you. Now, the resultant effect of this is simple, right? Every backlink you get, backlinks help you to increase what we call the domain authority. The more quality backlink you are able to get, the more quality backlinks you are able to get. So all of these things are just theory. You will see all of them working out in practicals very shortly. When we get to the practicals, just stick with me. Do you understand? But please, I will need you to take some notes. The more quality backlink you are able to get, the more chances you have at increasing your domain authority. Do you understand? To increasing your domain authority. Domain authority, usually shortened as DA, ranges from 1% to 100%. Do you understand? And that is a way by which Google is able to measure how relevant, how valuable, how authoritative you are on the entire internet space. right? So Google is able to measure, okay, are you on 1%? 1% simply shows a weak website. Do you understand it? 1% shows a weak website. Let me show you this in practicals. Yeah, let's hope we're able to find one of these tools that shows us the domain authority of websites, right? Yeah, here let's do SEO agency in Lagos, right? Yeah, let's see example if we will get some of that DA. And the brand ally has 18, and of course the list goes on and on. So yeah, these are the domain authorities for this particular website, and this is a way by which Google is able to measure how relevant your website is, right? Your level of expertise, if I may say, if I'm permitted to use that word. Do you understand it? So yeah, these are the ways by which Google classifies this. And how exactly is Google able to ascertain this? It is by the total number of the quality backlinks you are able to get. Quality backlinks, that is the quality of the person mentioning your name on the internet space and using an anchor text to link back to you. Do you understand it? Now let me show you again. Maybe we will get to find some of these backlinks for this particular website. And of course, I will explain what quality backlink means, right? So again, quick one. At the end of the day, you may not end up practicing all of these things we are just mentioning. You may not even end up practicing everything, right? But then you, at some point, it becomes important, right, that you have a grasp, you have a knowledge of some of these things, right? So for example, look at the backlinks here. Backlinks. So now this one says yeah, look at link here. Can you see links? This is WAP Digital. WAP Digital says this man for this particular page, this particular service page, there are about 6 websites linking back to this man. So 6 people on the internet space are linking back to this particular service. Do you understand this? 6 of these people are linking back to WAP Digital. And yeah, that is a way by which those are some of the signals, some of the things that eventually help to increase WAP Digital's domain authority. Let me draw you the map. So this guy here, this number 6 here, at the end of the day will determine if this man here will increase or not. Do you understand it? Number 6 here. So if this guy continues to grow, if this number 6 continues to grow, right, it will directly affect the growth of this also. And if this man here grows, the growth of this man will determine if this entire website, if this man here, this web digital man here, will rank on Google. Do you understand it? So all of these things are interconnected, right? So this number 6 here will determine if this man will grow right here, and this man's growth also will determine if web digital will rank organically on Google. So the more quality backlink you are able to garner, the more the more likely you are to increase your domain authority. And the more domain authority you're able to increase, the more you grow domain authority wise, the more likely you are going to get found organically on Google. So one of the job role, so if you see anybody at any point in time says, I am an off-page SEO specialist. Do you understand? I am an off-page SEO specialist. This is what the person means. The person is always looking for a means of acquiring more backlinks. Do you understand? The person's primary responsibility is to acquire more backlinks, right? Because the person understands, or the person's employer understands, that the more backlink this off-page SEO specialist is able to help us get, the more we are going to be increasing on our domain authority. And the more we increase in our domain authority, the more chances we have at ranking. Do you understand it? So while on-page SEO deals with attracting traffic to the website organically by simply tidying up everything from within the website, courtesy of individual pages optimization and of course blogging, right? Off-page SEO deals with acquiring backlinks, which in turn helps to increase the domain authority, and of course the domain authority helps to increase your chances at ranking. Do you understand? So now, when I said quality backlinks, I mean backlink from people, from sources also that have very high domain authority. So look at this guy now. This guy is called carolinewabara.medium.com. Is linking back to this particular website, right? Is one of these number 6 here. Do you understand this? So 95 domain authority is high. It's just like a billionaire coming to give you, a billionaire coming to endorse you. When a billionaire endorses a small business owner, it increases the small business owner's goodwill. It increases your goodwill. It increases your chances at sales conversion. That is what it means to have a website with a very high domain authority like 95 to link to you. Do you understand it? Yeah, look at this one here, 87 domain authority is linking to you. 85 is linking to you. Why? Because these are high domain authorities that Google respects a lot. So if your domain authority also has increased up to 95, right, Google also will respect you a lot, such that if you are going to be linking out to somebody, your linking out to the person will carry enough weight. Do you understand it? So when I say getting backlink from good quality website, I mean getting backlink from websites with high domain authorities, getting mentions, right, from websites with high domain authorities. Do you understand it? So that is what I mean by quality website. So let's continue on the class. So yeah, this is what off-page SEO is all about, right? Everything you do outside of your site in order to gain brand mention, right, which in turn gets you backlink, right? That is what off-page SEO is all about. Now, moving on from here to other types of SEO, we have the local SEO. the local the local SEO, right? Now the local SEO is simple. It is the type of SEO that deals with local searches. Local searches, everything that has to do with local search, people searching for you locally, best online shop in Lagos, Nigeria, best online shop in Kigali, Rwanda, best online shop in Johannesburg in South Africa, best online shoe shopping site in Kenya, in Nairobi, Kenya. Do you understand? All of these local searches, right, fall within all of this local content, fall within the local SEO, right? So if a guy is searching for something and it adds, let's say for example, best restaurant, best restaurant in Kigali, Rwanda, for the fact that this person has added Kigali in Rwanda, Google already understands that this man is looking for a local destination. That makes it local SEO. Oh, I'm looking for best real estate agency in Johannesburg, South Africa. Google already understands that this guy is looking for a local destination around Johannesburg in South Africa. Do you understand it? So yeah, this is what we mean by local SEO. Every optimization you do for your brand in order to help it get found locally, by which people can walk into the physical office to transact business with you, is what we refer to as what? The local SEO. Now there are different types of local SEO, or different branches, right? Different branches of local SEO. Yeah. So different branches of local SEO. We have the local citations, right? Local citations or directories, right? And of course, we have the local pages optimization. These are ways by which I do local SEO myself, and of course, these are the ways I'm very confident several other persons do local SEO. So let me explain what each of these let's say Lagos State shoes page, or let's say South Africa's shoes page. So your address or your phone number on all of these platforms must also be consistent. They must be uniform. There must be uniformity across board. Do you understand? So that is what we mean by the NAP, the name, address, and phone number. So there must be consistency in your NAP in order to check the box for local search engine optimization. I hope this makes sense to you. So please let me know in the comment section if you followed up to this point, right? Please quickly, very importantly, let me know if you followed up to this point and if you understood everything I just taught right now. Yeah, so this is just a refresher. I call this a refresher, right? And candidly, these are the foundational information, foundational knowledge or pieces of knowledge that everyone who is looking forward to building a widely successful career in search engine optimization must have. If you don't have some of this basic information, you may not qualify to be called an SEO specialist. Do you understand? So yeah, these are just basic information. Now, I wouldn't go into the other types of SEO, right? I will just give that to you as an assignment. Do you understand it? Probably you come back, you will discuss that in our next discussion, in our next class. You lecture me what you have been able to find out on the other types of SEO. They are actually very simple. The e-commerce SEO, the international SEO, right, and a host of other ones also. But of course, basically the international and the e-commerce SEO, and very importantly, the technical SEO. But before I go to the next point of discussion, let me touch on the technical SEO. Very important. I mean, as a matter of fact, that is one of my best forms of SEO. I love so yeah, maybe because I worked for about 5 years as a technical SEO specialist. Anyways, that area of SEO is tasky. That area of SEO is tasky, is brain tasky. Do you understand? Sometimes it wants to drive you crazy because you don't really know what is really happening. I'll give you an illustration, right? So sometimes you see an aeroplane takes off into the sky, and then the only thing you see is the beautiful body, the wings, the flaps, the rudder, the landing gear, the nose, and what have you. You see inside the interior, you see the pilot looking gayfully dressed. You see the hostess, the air hostess is looking beautifully dressed. You see the passengers smiling and all. But you wouldn't know that the only thing that is making that plane remain in the air is because of the avionics, right? The workings of the metals inside of the engine, right? Without those controls inside the engine, without those wires, just are giving power, there will be no movement, there will be no flying for this aeroplane. That exactly is what the technical SEO looks like. The local SEO is beautiful. The off-page SEO is awesome and beautiful as well. But of course, the on-page SEO is juicy. A lot of persons like to call themselves the on-page SEO specialists. But I tell you something, people that do most of the hard works are usually found inside of the technical SEO, right? Yeah, technical SEO. Yeah, I was here for about 5 years, right? Yeah, 5 years experience as a technical SEO specialist. So there are a lot of things that make up for technical SEO. I mean, a lot. A lot of things make up for technical SEO, and one of them obviously includes website, website UI, and UX. I will explain this. We have what we call the core web vitals. Do you understand? We have the various errors. The various errors on the website. We have yeah, I wouldn't forget this anyways. I can't forget this. We have the errors. We have the we have the schemas. I will explain all of this one after the other. Of course, there are so many other things that make up for technical SEO, right? So yeah, let me get started, right? Website UI UX. Now, quick question for you would be, you can leave this your answer for me in the comments. Do you understand? Quick question for you: if you visit a website and the first image, let's say this is the website here, this is the logo, these are the menus, this is a button, and some other things. Now, instead of seeing an image, a hero image here, you are seeing the hero image outside, and some of the text are here, and that hero image is right here. I mean, just basically the entire website is scattered and disorganized. What will you do? Please leave me your comments anywhere at all. Do you understand? Leave me your comments. What will you do? You most likely will leave. Do you understand? You most likely will leave the website because you probably will think that the person is not serious. This person is not serious at all. Do you understand it? Yeah. So that is what website UI, user interface, looks like. And UX, user experience, it obviously will create a negative experience in the mind of the person who just visited. Do you understand it? And that will go a long way to affecting your SEO endeavor. It will affect your ability to convert people into buyers or customers because of the wrong or the bad experience they just had on your website. Do you understand? Which is why it is very important that your website UI and the UX is well taken care of, right? So as a technical SEO specialist, you must work hand in hand with the website designer. If you are not the person who is designing the website, actually, you must work hand in hand with the website designer to ensure that the user interface is professional, is top notch, just so that the person's experience when they visit your website is also very beautiful. Do you understand it? So it is your responsibility as a technical SEO specialist to ensure that the website UI UX is working optimally, right? Is optimally optimized. Do you understand it? So yeah, the next one that's one of your responsibilities as a technical SEO specialist is to ensure that a website checks all of the necessary core web vitals. And by core web vitals, core web vital is simply a Google's requirement to gauging how technically sound your website is. For example, one of the things that make up for core web vital is page loading speed, right? How quickly does your website load? Do you understand it? How quickly does your website load? Do you have a website? Do you know how quickly it loads? For example, using a website, a platform like GT Metrics, using a site like GT Metrics, yeah, GT Metrics, right here, you can actually know the performance of your website. How quickly does your website load? If you don't have an understanding of how your website loads, it may be difficult for you to know if your website checks one of the most important boxes inside of the Google's core web vital requirement, right? Website load speed is a very important box inside of the Google's core web vital requirement. Do you understand it? So yeah, first of all, you need to log in. Obviously, ensure that you have logged in or you have created a free account on GT Metrics, and then input your website URL inside this space, and then click on test now. Right? It will test your entire website and tell you how fast or how poorly your website load. Do you understand it? So yeah, moving on from here, we have other things. Yeah, first of all, you must understand that your website must load fast. It must be very fast because people's attention span has reduced. People's attention span has greatly reduced. Nobody wants to spend the next 1 hour waiting for your website to load. Are you the only person selling that product? There are thousands of other people waiting for their website to be visited. So if your website is loading, is taking like forever to load up, people will leave your website and it will communicate poor technical usability to Google. Google knows how many minutes somebody spends on your website, and Google is able to ascertain if your website is giving value or not. If Google persists by any chance that your website isn't giving value, Google will not rank you as highly as you ought to be ranked. Do you understand it? So yeah, Core Web Vital, one of the things that make up for Core Web Vital is page loading speed, right? Apart from page loading speed, we also have SSL, website security, right? Yeah, website security is also very important. You don't want to get a website that does not have SSL. Take this website for example. Let's see some examples here. If you come to GT Metrics, for example, this particular area of GT Metrics says, look at this, right here. It says connection is secure because it renders this thing in HTTPS. Do you understand? It says certificate is valid. So you don't want to come to a website that has HTTP without the S, without the key, right? This particular key right here. This particular key here. Do you understand? If your website does not have that, you have not checked, you have successfully unchecked you have successfully unchecked a very important box inside Google's Core Web Vital. Do you understand it? So yeah, that's one other checklist inside of Google Core Web Vital that must be checked as a matter of urgency, as a matter of necessity. Yeah, so SSL must be checked, and of course your website must always render as HTTPS. Do you understand? HTTPS. So another one, another core web vital that Google looks at is LCP, large content or contentful paint. Yeah, large contentful paint, SCP, right? TBT, LCP, and the rest of them. These are ways by which Google measures the width of your images. Images on your website, are they fitting? Are they sitting well? Do you understand? Are they sitting well on the website? And of course, I hope they're not still rolling when somebody gets to the website to check up some things. If I get to your website and then I'm still trying to read something and the images are taking time to load, that is that is already outrageous. I may just end up leaving your website because I want to see all of the images on your website neatly. Do you understand it? So large contentful paint, all of the images across your website measured against the text. How well are they all sitting? Are they sitting well together? And the rest of them. Do you understand? Yeah. So these and some other things make up for the core web, Google's core web vital. Yeah, you may take your time to read up on them. Core web vitals, very important. I mean, very important. If you don't understand the core web vital, you may not know what technical SEO really means. Do you understand? So yeah, another one here that makes up for technical SEO is errors. All of the errors, you must familiarize yourself with all errors. All errors a website may have. You have errors like error 404, right? Yeah, this is a very common error in a website load, right? When a website is loading, this is the commonest. We have error 404, we have error 301, we have error 302, we have error 500, we have error 501, we have error 403, and the rest of them. You must understand all of these errors and what they stand for, right? What are those errors? What do they stand for? And how can they be corrected? Do you understand? For example, error 404 means that the content on the website cannot be found anymore. It has either been moved or deleted. I hope I'm correct, right? So please let me know. Let me have your comments if you know this already. Do you understand? So yeah, error 404 is non-existing. The content is no longer existing. It has either been moved permanently or it has been deleted. Do you understand? And Google does not want to see error 404 on your content. It's actually something that Google frowns at. So in order not to have so many error 404s on your content, you want to initiate error 301. You want to initiate 301 permanent redirecting. Do you understand? So 301 permanent redirect will counter error 404. So instead of Google seeing, oh, this page is not existing anymore, it has probably been deleted or thereabouts, signaling lack of seriousness on your part to Google, Google will simply expect that you initiate a 301 permanent redirect. Do you understand? So that this 404 can be cancelled. This 404 can be covered, right? So instead of somebody seeing error 404, the person will be automatically and permanently redirected also. So schema markup is very important, signaling to the search engine also that you understand what you are doing, and this is what this particular page is all about, right? So schema markup is just a code description or a description of a particular page or a content using code, because you understand that Google does not understand English. Google does not understand French. The only thing Google understands is lines of code. The only thing Google understands are lines of code. So if you're able to write codes and submit codes, either JavaScript code or CSS or HTML codes, Google understands all of that. So schema markup allows you to explain to Google in a language that it understands, in a JavaScript language, or maybe in HTML or CSS. Do you get it? So that is what schema markup is all about. And of course, this is usually placed before the closing tag for header on the website. So yeah, that is that about that for technical SEO. Anyways, there are still a lot of other things that make up for technical SEO, but you may not understand all of this if you have not put practice behind them. When you start practicing all of this one after the other, you will get to understand when I say core web vital, page load speed. When I say, oh, go check out that website, let's see the speed before we do anything on it, you will understand what it means to look at the page speed of a website. When I say, oh, please insert me the local schema to the website, you will understand what it means to insert schema markup to a particular page. So all of these are just theoretical. We will get into the practicals very shortly after now. Do you understand? So please let me know if you understand all of the things I've said so far, and if there's any confusion, please do drop them also quickly. I will address them and then I'll move on. Do you understand? So again, this video is available to you. You're going to be watching it. You have the opportunity of watching it, right? And then, yeah, making do with it. So last thing I want to look at is how search works. How search works. How does SEO works? How does the search engine optimization work? How does the search platforms work? Of course, you know that we have different search platforms. We have the likes of Google. We have Bing. We have DuckDuckGo. We have Yandex. We have Ask. Right? We have Yask. We have Ask.com. In fact, there was even a time we had a search engine called Devil Finder. Devilfinder.com. Yeah, it was fun in those days, right? Yeah, we had Google, we had Bing, we had DuckDuckGo, we had Yandex, we had Ask, and of course we had Devil Finder and several other search platforms. How do these guys work? How do they work in relations to SEO? That is what we want to find out in this particular section. How do they work? Right? Yeah, so search works in three phases, right? Search works in three phases. The very first phase is what we call the crawling. The crawling phase, I will explain. The second phase is what we call the indexation. Indexation phase. These are basic information about SEO, such that if you don't know them, you will not you It is called indexing. I mean, if Google crawls through 1 billion content. Yeah, please mute your mic. I'll be done shortly. So if Google crawls through 1 billion content, it may end up archiving only 300 million, because maybe the rest of them, the other 700 million content, were deemed not good, or were deemed irrelevant, right? So yeah, Google crossed through the internet, probably getting up to as much as 1 billion content, and then from there it archives only 300 million content. Do you understand? From there, it archives them, it saves them neatly in its shelf, in the box. Now this guy comes around, this guy this guy comes around, goes to Google in search of something. How much is a pair of Balenciaga cap in South Africa? And Google has saved this up in the archive. Google will simply look into its archive. Do you understand? Google will simply look into its archive. This is mirror here. Google will simply look into its archive and pull up that content. How much is Balenciaga face cap in South Africa? And save it to this guy. Do you understand? Save this to this man here. This man that is looking for how much is a Balenciaga cap in South Africa. So this is the three phases, or these are the three phases rather. Apologies for that tautology. These are the three phases that define how search works. Do you get? So search works with looking at the crawling phase, the indexation phase, and of course the saving phase. So a good understanding of this will also help you to master the basics or the fundamentals of search engine optimization. I hope this makes sense to you. So thank you so much, and I'll be getting to see you in my next class, where I will obviously give you some practical sessions to look